Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning at 5:26 a.m. on March 2nd, 2024. It just dumped a bunch of snow. It's still snowing out there. I don't know how well you can see it. Hopefully, see if you can see it. See how snowy it is out there? Did it yesterday, but it warmed up around 9:30. It started snowing in the morning, but about 11 o'clock, the sun came out and the sky started clearing out, and it just melted everything away. I was like, yes. Okay, so a while back, I was showing this on the World Debt Clock. They had this image. Now, this is Leo, the lion, this constellation, and this is, I do believe, Virgo. So it's like saying the mother and child. Now, if you notice here, you have a lineup of planets and the sun. The sun has a gold ring around it, right? And you have this lineup. Now, there was another person that was talking about this, and I mentioned it a couple of days ago on a video about a lineup, but I couldn't find her video again because I didn't subscribe. But I noticed Steve Fletcher 222, his channel, 8 Planets, 4 Years, One True New Year, Torah, March 11th, 2024. So on March 11th, so pi, the symbol for pi, the mathematical formula is 3.14. So it's March 14th. But this is really interesting because this is on March 11th, so 311. Oh, I should check out what 311 means. 311. Meaning? Give up a loving hug. Give you a loving hug. 311, giving you a loving hug. Let's see here. Why is 311 important? If your city has 311 service, you can call to report issues of abandoned vehicles, noise complaints. Okay. All right. I just wanted to check and see if there's anything there. So we got an alignment coming up on March 11th with Uranus, Jupiter, the Moon, Mercury, Neptune, the Sun, Saturn, Venus, Mars, and Pluto. Look at that alignment. And then when we're back here, this alignment, right? That's happening right there. I was like thinking, oh my goodness. So we'll go back here and let's see, where is Leo? See, there's the goat with the fishtail. I think that's what rises up out of the sea as one of the beasts. Now, when we think of beast in scripture, man is considered beast. Remember the 4 beasts that were next to God around the throne? So you got the animals considered as a beast. You got man considered as a beast. So it's kind of interesting how when we look at the word beast, see what else I want to show you. Oh, but anyway, so this is his channel.
It happened on March 11th in 2011 was one of the worst earthquakes in history and one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. Both happened on March 11th, 2011, a 9.0 earthquake. A 9.0 earthquake just that.
Oh, and then March 11th for the COVID era began. Oh, interesting. I don't want to give too much of his channel away because I kind of want you guys to check it out yourself. But anyway, so that's March 11th, showing that symbolism, and I showed you right there. But there's another one, um, this one right here, Leave the World Behind. Remember that movie I was telling you about, Leave the World Behind? Um, let's go to Theology Ed. See, Theology Ed does this, but there's also another encoding on this Leave the World Behind, is that you take these four actors right here, and I think it was that guy, Steve, that I was just showing you the channel that was just on. But there's I wonder if I can pull it up. Um, Maybe to show me online. Leave. And I think this Leave the World Behind is recognizing the crash that's coming. Um, because we got to leave the old debt system to enter the golden debt system. Now they had the stars listed on a cover page, but it had their names lined up to where, oh, it's this one right here, right there. You can see it in their names. BAAL. It's, you know who it is. It's recognized as Satan the goat, the worshiping of the goat. So it's interesting that they lined him up just where it would read down evil right there. So again, remember there's two energies playing out. There's light and there's dark. And on the world stage, we've got to see the light and the dark. We've got to be able to see the truth within it. So now you go over here and let's listen to her for a little second.
Scripture that says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not look behind," which was interesting because they posted it today, and the time they posted it was very off. It wasn't at 5 or 6 Eastern time like they usually do. Today they posted it. This is my time, which is 2:33, which is Central Time, which means Eastern Time it would have been posted at 3:33 p.m. That's a very specific time, you guys. So 333 is a spiritual number. It's what they call angel numbers, or however you want to interpret it. There are several interpretations. This is one. It says the angel number 333 encourages to set plans into action and let your personal strength be the guide, to trust yourself and put thought into your choices. It says this angel number also is connected with optimism, creativity, and intuition. Just another example, this is the recurring appearance of the number 333 may indicate that the angels are sending positive affirmations your way. They want you to maintain a positive outlook and have faith in your innate abilities to overcome challenges. There's several interpretations, you guys, so go online and search for something that resonates with you with the number 333. So with this message, we're leaving the old world behind. On this side, we've got the eagle, we've got the W for wealth, freedom. It's all in gold. And down here, we've got the USA Department of the Treasury, 1776. We've got the 13 stars in the circle representing the Republic. It looks like in the middle, it might be the eagle or the seal, but I do see the flag going vertical. We've talked about that, you guys. And when the flag is vertical, that means peacetime flag, which means there's no war. We're living in a period of peace, which is also the same symbol of the masked American. We've already went over him. He's wearing the same symbol here. Now we've got the earth. We've got the America that we've been going over on this side with the light is shining. We're going into the light. It looks like we're fully in the light, actually. And then in the shadow, we see, I think this is Europe. It looks like Europe. If you see the way it's designed, it with these on top, it looks like this area right here with these on top, right in the circled area. This is Europe. That's the United Kingdom, and that's
Yeah, you can see it right there, where that's the top part. Because right behind her finger, there's a ball and chain, and it says, um, let's see here, when she
the
moves her
same kind of
finger,
area.
something about the British banks, the UK banks. So I wonder if they're saying that the UK controls the money, the world money, which is quite interesting because I thought the United States was the world powerhouse, but it's showing that the money is being controlled by um, over there. But let's see.
Looks like the same image or outline. So that is Europe. To me, that's what I'm interpreting that as. And then we've got the ball and chain. When you zoom in, it says Bank of England.
Yep, see, it says Bank of England. So that's what the whole world is actually being held by ball and chain. Now check out this serfta that she's going to talk to us about. She looked it up right here. Serfdom is a condition in medieval Europe in which a tenant farmer uh, was bound to a hereditary plot of land and to the will of his landlord. The vast majority of serfs in medieval Europe obtained their substance by cultivating a plot of land that was owned by a lord. Interesting. And it's right there. Now, see, that's pretty much what we're in right now, right? So the euro and the dollar bill, the debt serum. So that's what that's probably like showing what we've been doing all this time. Well, we get a plot of land. Everybody owns, their own land. And then here it's green and then it goes into red. So it shows the crash. Remember in iPad Go 2, it shows the stock market crash. Okay, I'm just going to bump to here a little bit. So the old world, leave the world behind. It goes down here, it's crashing, and then the new system in the golden age starts up. Very interesting. And and then this is interesting, the new era, the new money. Check out the new money. It's even got um, President Kennedy on it too for the $100 bill. I think the new money looks good. And it's so interesting. Remember, they were saying they're getting rid of the money, but they're not getting rid of the money. They're just changing the money into new money. So this is the old money. And I think it's also showing England as well as America. But this is the new money coming in. So that's awesome. Kind of representing the golden age. But that is wild. Isn't that wild? I'll leave the link to this in there as well. Oh, right here is on Mary Poppins. Um, Interesting. She talks about the rabbit.
She's got an umbrella. She's ready for a storm. Now we've seen it before. It's the Winds in the East song. Mist coming in. Like something is brewing, about to begin. Can't put my finger on what lies in store. I feel what's to happen. All happened before. See, because it's so interesting because history repeats itself. Because we've already went to the golden age. Our ancestors went to the golden age, and then we go to this cycle. And even that clock that I was showing that she had, it's like it goes. We get into the golden age, and then we get so far, and it's like everything starts crashing again, and then we go through this period, and then we go back up, and I don't know. That's from my perspective, and it's just even looking at scripture.
we start from the beginning, we go to the end, and then the book starts anew again. You start your new life again. You go back from the beginning and start from the end. Because this is so interesting, because we're in a closed system. People still see us as a globe, but either way, we're in a cell. A cell means a closed system. We can't get out unless we work our way out with God. But then I don't even know what happens when we get out, or if we just go to a different landmass, because they're already talking about that all the continents are surrounded, because remember they say Antarctica is surrounded by an ice wall, or there's an ice wall. Well, pilots are saying that ice wall at Antarctica is surrounding all the continents. So all the continents of the world globe are right here, and the ice wall goes around the whole entire thing surrounding them. But beyond that ice wall is another world. And then there's another world beyond that wall. And it's so interesting, because if you look at it, it looks like kind of like a big eye. If you look at the dark part of your eye, which is kind of interesting. So if we're living in the dark part of the eye, as King David says, in Psalms 23, as I walk through the valley of shadow of death, you are my rod and staff. So we're walking through the valley of shadow of death. And so it's like saying that we must graduate to get out of this, to go into the next realm, the next land, and then the next land. I wonder if that's the part of ascension, is growing to where we can graduate that, like graduate this, and then we move into this next reality, then we graduate that, and that's my perspective. But a lot of people, again, you can kind of see it looks like a record as well. But a lot of people still see, the earth as this, the globe, that whole thing. They only see what's right here. They can't see the bigger point of it. But that goes, even with scripture, they can't see the scripts, they can't see the parable, and, because it's a parable. It's a story talking about something, or giving a story about a meaning of something that Jesus is trying to get across, but he's not telling you about that. He's not telling you directly what it is. He's giving you a story about something, and we've got to figure out the parable. And, so it's like even saying that the Bible is, a study guide, or something you have to solve to figure out. Let's see here. Oh, what else I want to show? I tried to look at the World Decalogue, trying to figure out where they got those. But anyway, here's Theology Ed's channel too, if you want to check out his. He did a breakdown of 1 and 2 here about the curve, of following the curve. And I think, I'm not sure if it was Steve Fletcher, but let's go check out his channel. He knows a lot of Hebrew stuff and terms, but it's not him. I wonder if it's Footlamp. Now there's Footlamp that I just discovered too, talking about these signs. Let's see here. The Dragon Flood. No, I didn't save it. Dang. I wish I did. Let's check out this. Supernatural. Now this guy too. This guy is, I got this one too. The Supernatural by Design. Um, he's got some pretty good information too. He's talking about the Book of Esther. Yeah, it's called Esther, right? But every time I see that, it reminds me of ether or Easter, right? And then here we're coming up to Easter in April or at the end of March, or yeah, the end of March, which I think it's March 31st this year. So 313. So there's the 13 in that again. Um, oh, and Daniel's 70th week. This is it. I think this is it. Check out his Daniel's 70th week. Um, let's pull this one up because I found something.
Here's a brand new, better way to sell your.
I I find it interesting because it's every 7 years. Oh yeah, yeah, right here. So he's got this diagram. You see this wave, this sine wave. It's called the Shemitah, but it's how we get, our life. It's like we have periods of up and down and up and down and up and down. So you look at Daniel's 7 years. So 3.5 years is going like this. So 3.5 years is going up, and then 3.5 years is going down to complete a 7 year cycle. Okay, now I got to thinking about this. If you look at all the presidents, right, on the world stage, so they have a 4 year term. So when we had, it was like Obama, he had 2 term cycles back to back. So that's like 8 years, right? So you can say Obama come in at a high peak, so people were raving about him and everything, right? And then the next 4 years, it went down. Everybody started, realizing who he is, that type of symbolism. So it goes up and it goes down. The next president goes down. And then Trump took over. So when Trump took over, it went back up, right? And then it went back down, or it's just going down. Biden took over. So then Biden would be right here. So this would be going up again as for Trump and then Biden's term. So the next presidency is going to go up, and then after the 3.5 years, they're going to vote in somebody else or keep the same person, but it has to go down, whatever it is. It's like when you look at the that movie, Leave the World Behind. It's like you got to be able to study the curve.
Leave the world.
Yeah, you got to be able to study the curve. Where's it at? Um, oh, he talks about studying the curve. But anyway, I just think it's very fascinating how this, every 7 times 70 years, right? So from 1948, Israel become a state, and then 70 years. Well, actually, they did the 11, and they're looking at the 11 as a pillar and a pillar, and then a pillar and a pillar. It's I don't know. You'll have to check this out, but he's got some pretty cool discoveries on this about how Daniel was looking at this, or how I think what he's doing, he's looking for a timeline because he thinks it's going to happen in 2025, but I think it's going to happen this year because we've got the X symbolism. It's kind of like, and then we see what's up in the sky. They're already showing the second sun, and then there's extra planets that you can actually see during the day by looking from land up. So it's, something else is going to happen, and it's about the redemption of Jerusalem. And now another thing about Salem, Salem, the American, the Great American Eclipse. Um, let's go to a map. Um, hello. Let's go to world map. America. America map. Come on, what happened? Not sure what's going on with this. But let's go images. Let's pull this one up. So, right there, I live in Oregon, so Salem right there, that's where the 2017, when Trump took office, the Great American Eclipse went from right there down to South Carolina, and I think there's a Salem down there. So you got the Great American Eclipse. You had 2023, another eclipse that went across this eclipse coming down this way towards Texas. And then the one that's happening in April 8th this year is going to cross over both of them. It's very interesting. It's right here by the, like the Madrid fault line or whatever. But it also the symbolism would look like a big A for alpha. And then if you look at the crossing overs, it's like an X, right? AX, ax. That's so interesting, right? Anyway, I just wanted to, share that information. And I'll leave this link in. And I also want to show you this real quick too. So they showed this picture of a long time ago. Just pull it up here. And they're like, this is a man with a pipe. If you have never seen it, it is located on Highway 121, coming up the hill from Napa on the right. His pipe is bent due to a big rig hitting it. This is an amazing landmark. So there's his pipe, right? You can see his eyeball, his nose, the pipe hanging out of his mouth. But what they're not talking about is the dragon that's right next to his face. Do you see the dragon right there? So there's the guy's face with the pipe hanging out of his mouth, right? And there is a dragon right there. Isn't that interesting? And I found it really interesting because they're not talking about this dragon. Or maybe it's a dog, but it kind of looks like the symbolism of a dragon. Wow, right? Oh, my light flickered when I said wow. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you right now. Hope you guys have a great and fantastic day. And remember, this is coming up in today's the 2nd, so no, it's 5:55 right now. It's going to be in 7, 8, 9 more days. Ooh, interesting. I'm glad I saved this picture, this image off the deck clock, because I can't seem to find them now. But anyway, have a great day, everybody. Hope you enjoy.